Welcome to Brainthropology. This portion of our podcast is about mindfulness meditation. And we believe it is important to practice mindfulness every day. I'm really honored that you're here joining us in this podcast today. Thanks. Hi, welcome to the second part of this podcast. Today's meditation is going to be about using the breath for moderate levels of stress. It may help you if you haven't watched last week's podcast, part 2, on brain structures under stress, for you to listen to that as well. I will be referring to certain brain parts as I talk. Before we start our formal meditation sitting, I'm going to talk a bit about stress. So, there was a study done at Northwestern University which showed that there is a direct link between nasal breathing, so breathing in and out through the nose, and enhanced memory recall and emotional judgment. So, breathing is not just for oxygen. It is linked to brain function and behavior. We know that the nose is involved in the sense of smell. Specifically, we inhale to increase the sense of smell. The smell center in the brain is closely linked to the amygdala, or the fear center, as well as the hippocampus, or the memory center. When you breathe in, you stimulate neurons in the olfactory cortex, then the amygdala and hippocampus. You stimulate all across the limbic system, but only if you inhale and exhale through the nose. How did they discover this? Part of that study involves seizure patients who had had electrodes implanted in the brain prior to surgery. The recordings of the electrical signals showed brain activity fluctuated with breathing. That brain activity was in the areas of the brain where emotions, memory, and smells are processed. A major finding is that there is a dramatic difference in brain activity in the amygdala and hippocampus during nasal inhalation compared with exhalation. When you breathe in through the nose, you're stimulating neurons in the olfactory cortex, amygdala, and hippocampus. That discovery led them to wonder if the cognitive functions associated with these brain areas, especially fear processing and memory, would also be affected by breathing. It was found that cognitive function was enhanced with nasal inhalation only, not with mouth breathing. This implies that rapid breathing, such as at a time of danger, is an advantage. When in a panic state, the breathing rhythm increases, meaning one spends more time inhaling. This could lead to faster response times to threats. The research further indicated that meditation and focused breathing in a way synchronize brain oscillations across the limbic network. So, we're used to people saying at times of stress or difficulty, take a deep breath. But to update this scientifically, we need to say, take a deep breath and you'll become more emotionally aware, but only if you inhale specifically through your nostrils. The power of active breathing, voluntarily inhaling and exhaling to control our breathing rhythm, has been used throughout history. It's been used in tactical situations by soldiers in extremely cold conditions to manage fear. Slow, deep breathing can calm the nervous system by reducing the heart rate and activating the parasympathetic or calming nervous system. In this way, our bodies become calm and our minds quiet. So let me just reiterate the research. Northwestern medicine scientists studied how breathing affects brain regions responsible for memory and emotional processing. Nasal breathing plays a pivotal role in coordinating electrical brain signals in the olfactory or smell cortex. That then coordinates the amygdala, which processes threat or danger as well as emotions, and the hippocampus, which processes both memory and emotions. Slow, steady breathing activates the calming part of our nervous system, slows our heart rate, reduces feelings of anxiety and stress. While the in-breath specifically alters our cognition, the act of slow, deep breathing, whether inhalation or exhalation, is beneficial for our nervous system when we wish to become still. Mindful breathing emphasizes not only the breathing component, but also the mental component of paying attention and becoming aware of the mind, body, and breath together. So let's meditate. I'm going to sound the bowl 1 time to start the meditation and 3 times to end the meditation. Let yourself arrive. Become aware of your body sitting on the chair or cushion. And make subtle adjustments to your posture so that you are sitting in both a dignified and comfortable manner. Elongate your spine. You can let your hands and arms rest on your thighs or on the sides of the chair. And now focus on the breath. The breath going in and out through the nostrils. Sometimes our nostrils are blocked, and if that's the case with you today, just breathe as you customarily do. But if your nostrils are clear, I'd like you to breathe in and out through the nostrils, not the mouth. Notice that the air coming in is cooler than the air going out. Focus on this steady stream of air coming in and going out. Realize that your breath caresses the body. It brings nourishment and removes tension and worry. We're going to practice 2 tools that help with a moderate or medium amount of stress. The breath and imagining being in nature. Think about what you're facing in the upcoming week. Do you have a stressful event coming up in the near future? Or did you recently experience a moderate stress event? We all get into stressful situations. It's inevitable. So it's not about eliminating stress from our lives, but about how we manage it and react to it. When you encounter something that stresses you out a medium amount, you need to manage the stress so that it doesn't build into more, which will surely disrupt your daily routine. What are some medium stressor events? For example, perhaps you have a deadline coming up sooner than you thought, and now you have a lot to do in a short time. Or perhaps you have a social dinner to attend, and you really don't want to see one of the people that will be there. You don't want to let stress get the better of you because it distracts you from being able to focus. Obviously, if you really don't want to go to the dinner with these people, but you know you have to, you can take steps to manage the stress so that you can get through the dinner without harming yourself from all the ill effects of stress. When you are stressed, you cannot focus. And on the other hand, when you focus, you cannot be stressed. So let's focus on our breath right now. What is your breath like right now? Do you feel your belly or your torso expanding and contracting with each breath? Do you feel your chest gently rising and falling? Can you feel the air passing through your nose softly as you breathe? Notice the temperature of the air entering the nostrils and the temperature as it leaves your body. Notice every single detail about your breath that you can. And feel your breath filling all the different areas as you inhale. I want to do 3 big, deep breaths together. And as we do them, pay attention to how each breath feels. 1, slowly breathing in as deeply as you can until you're brimming with air. Hold it for just a moment, and then slowly exhale, allowing relaxation to come to you. 2, inhale, pulling air fully into your body, oxygenating yourself. Hold it. And then exhale, allowing you to become even more calm. And the 3rd or last breath, so make it a really good one. Inhale fully, really filling yourself up with air. Hold it. And then exhale very slowly, feeling much more relaxed than when you started. You may notice that breathing with intention is a very powerful tool in changing your state of mind. Once again, bring to mind the stressful event that you'll be facing this week or that you faced last week. Picture the event clearly. Who was there? The space you were in? What was said? Describe the event to yourself so that you are witnessing it. With that stressful event in mind, let's repeat the calming breath. On your own time, take 3 big, deep inhalations and exhalations. Not rushing, going slowly, quietly. Breathing in as much as you can, holding it, and slowly, slowly exhaling. When you need to relax even more, you can repeat these 3 powerful breaths at any time. Breathing deeply and fully is helpful in any situation, but especially during the more difficult times in our lives. Another wonderful tool that you can use when you're experiencing a moderate stress level is nature. Viewing nature is very relaxing and calming to us. You can either go to a place where there are tall trees, beautiful grass. You can take a walk around your neighborhood or workplace and pay attention to the plants around you. Plants and trees do provide us with oxygen after all, so we do greatly need them. So when you find stress is beginning to build in you, take a walk or gaze out the window into nature. Be grateful for nature when you see it. Thank that nature in your mind for all the relaxation and beauty it brings to you and everyone around the world. Many times we cannot get to an outdoor place or we don't see nature from our window, so we can simply imagine it. And we're going to practice that right now. We're going to imagine nature. Once again, bring to mind your stressful event, either coming up or recently past. And with that in your mind, begin to imagine a beautiful garden. If you haven't done so already, close your eyes. Notice how when you close your eyes, it starts the journey within. When you close your eyes, a wave of relaxation can sweep over you. Imagine this beautiful garden full of flowers, trees, bushes, animals, birds. There is a soft and natural path through the garden that you begin to walk down. In this garden, there are so many exquisite plants producing the most beautiful flowers you've ever seen. The trees around you are inviting. They're thriving and tall. The trees sway in the wind with grace, back and forth, back and forth. You look down at the smaller shrubs and plants that are passing by as you walk along this path, and you can see their leaves of various kinds being caressed by the wind. Some leaves are waxy and reflect the sunlight, while others are soft and delicate. Take a deep breath in of this fresh garden air that these plants produce for you, and catch the aroma of a gorgeous flower. You can imagine this flower producing a wonderful fragrance. Perhaps it's a beautiful white flower, huge, almost the size of a dinner plate, and it smells sweeter than any rose. You get closer to this flower, and the fragrance is mesmerizing. You are right up next to this flower now, and you bend down to smell it even closer. When you inhale its beauty, the aroma of this flower heals you in all kinds of ways. The sweet smell eliminates stress in your mind and body. Inhale another deep breath in your nose. The aroma is healing your body. Take in another breath of its beauty, and you feel it completely relax you. Now, say goodbye to this flower, thank it for everything it's given to you, and continue down the path through nature. It is beautiful here, and you feel safe here. You can feel the gentle sun rays on your skin and how it brings you nutrients. Just enjoy being in your imaginary garden for a little while. Now it's time to leave the garden, and you can walk back along the path the way you came, sending a thank you to the nature that you saw there. You can always come back to this place by simply remembering it and allowing the thought of nature to help eliminate your stress. Focus again on the breath coming in and the breath coming out. Let yourself become aware of the present moment. In a few moments, I'll sound the bowl 3 times. When the sound disappears, become aware of the weight of your clothes on your body. Slowly open your eyes. Move your hands and fingers if you wish. That concludes the second part of our podcast. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.